to run his own, opinion piece. Of course, it has to be factual, because then you are sticking to Article 162 of the 1992 Constitution. That's been my backbone. That's why when political influence, party influence, big men influence, friends of big men and all those people call me, sometimes I tell them, boss, I'm working, I'm doing my work. And it has not been easy. Put a thing up there. It's not been easy, because every now and then, once I get my salary, 20% of my salary goes into investigations. 20% of my salary goes into investigations. And for sometimes it's I don't know how to put it. God is wonderful. Sometimes you don't have, because you have run out, you are running a very critical investigation on a very topical national matter. You're trying to get in there to get the incontrovertible evidence. And then you run out of cash. And then somebody will call you from nowhere, somebody that you never know, and says, oh, I've left so and so money at the reception. Use it for your work. You don't know them. You have not asked anybody, because you may not know who you are asking. It's okay for people to do you favors, but you may not know who you are asking. For 2 years. And in the early stages when I started Johnny's Bite, sometimes you bounce off an idea about somebody, the next moment is all over the place. So I decided to work solo. So over 500 episodes produced solo. 2 years. And I am happy for the impact that it has created. I'm happy for the brand that I've been able to create. It means that my lecturers at the GIG, they taught me very well. My mentors also taught me very well. So for 2 years, we have run this, and you have had help from other people, other colleagues who have conversations with you sometimes to shape it. But I never will tell anybody what I'm investigating, because you don't know who you are talking to. And I got to realize it even more as we travel along, that some of the things that you say sometimes, people are not happy about it. So within the 2 years, I have lost gigs. Within the 2 years, I've made more enemies, I'm sure. Within the 2 years, I've made some friends. And that's good for me, because even the Bible says that if everybody loves you, woe unto you. So I'm happy that you may have made enemies. But for me, if I would talk about a subject like NABCO, that affects about 100,000 people, and then you get a call from a big man and his friends, 2 or 3 of them, who say, oh, keep quiet about it while about 100,000 people suffer, I would ditch the 3 people and go for the 100,000 people. And that's been my standard, anybody who knows me. Because if 100,000 people pray for you, it far surpasses what 3 people can do for you. So I want to say thank you to all our loyal viewers, people who schedule time, who make time outside this country to watch, who share, who like, people who, bounce off ideas and all of that. Thank you so much. And I can tell you there are big people in this country, very, very big people in this country. Which area? Security. Which area? Medicine. Which area? Agric. Which area? Engineering. There are very, very big people in this country who listen, and sometimes who will drop a note and send a message and encourage you and give you some guidance and all of that. And I'm happy to announce that within the 2 years, we have said very tough things on this platform. I have said very tough things on this platform. Within these 2 years, I have only had one suit. One suit from the boss of immigration who says we have defamed him. But we are in court, so we'll talk about the merit of the matter. And I'm happy to defend myself that I didn't defame. It was in the national interest. But 2 years, some people, they start. And since we started Johnny's Bite, you notice that a lot more people are doing Johnny's Bite look-alike on their networks. But here's where the facts and figures are. So you stay with us. I want to say thank you to Danny played a video, to Oliver, to Roland Walker, and to all the backroom staff. Worry Jane, cut this, Jane, play this. Oh, of course, we cut the video, but you bring Jane, coordinated this week. This morning, I've been with Jane. We've had 5 minutes of Chimaya Akeba. So Thank you very much for supporting us. Now, let's go to Korle Bu. Last week, I told you about Korle Bu Teaching Hospital. And I told you that the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital had just written that statement that they wrote to suggest that the new fees that have moved from 380 cedis for dialysis to 765.42 cedis was just a proposal. And I told you it was a blatant lie. And it was an afterthought. Because at the time when I was speaking about it and I had them on, I was so confident because I had my incontrovertible evidence. I had it. So last week I showed you receipts that had already been deducted. And I said that it was a death warrant and it was akin to mass murder. It was akin to mass murder. Because if you go there and you're not able to pay for the dialysis, you have two options. Either to go and borrow if you have not already overborrowed, or you go home, forget about the dialysis, and possibly die. And the monies that were being charged had not been approved by Parliament. So it was an illegal charge. And when you charge things illegally, it is a crime in this country. So I'm looking at this matter seriously, that an action that could make people lose their lives, an action taken by a whole institution led by its CEO, where there's a conflict of interest situation where he is also acting as the head of the plastic surgery department and is also acting as CEO, conflict of interest. He's reporting to himself and all of that. I've mentioned those things. I'm waiting for the president, the Minister for Health. So far, what I've heard the Minister for Health say is that the fees are illegal, so reverse them. That's all he has said. I've not heard from the president. The president has an advisor on everything health. I've not heard from them. But this is the best pair of hands that they are putting on us in the name of we have the men. Korle Bu Teaching Hospital. You know, in the past, I spoke about lifts. In the past, I spoke about other things, the surgical block and all of that. I spoke about how the sit floor was good and how, you know, even a chip of the block fell and hit somebody's head. And I spoke about all of that. And people have not paid attention. Now, the CEO of Korle Bu spoke to City, Marusanda, and said that only 6 people, put it up please, only 6 people have been affected by the new charge. Only 6 people. That is what the chief executive officer said, that only 6 patients have been affected. And I said, that cannot be correct. It is, Jane, a cock and bull story. This one, that only 6 patients have been, it's a typical cock and bull story. Because in first instance, they said nobody had been charged. And I've told you about the light wave information management, light wave health information management system. They call it the LIMS. And within the confines of the LIMS, that works just like the GIFMIS. It is the CEO who has the final authority. So now we're trying to put it on the renal people, the renal dialysis unit people, that somebody there jumped the gun and possibly did it. Who gave that person authorization to do it? And what punitive sanctions have been taken against them, because people could have died as a basis of that. Now let me tell you why I think it's a cockaboo story. Show me the receipts one after the other. I have about 8. He said 6. I have about 8 receipts. So I've showed you 1 receipt already last week. Put the receipts up. This is a receipt of a 70-year-old man. And it was charged on the 28th of September 2023. That is it. 70-year-old man. Show me the other one. This is a receipt for a 10-year-old boy. 10-year-old boy. Charged on the 27th of September 2023. 10 years. Old boy. Show me the other one. This is a receipt of a 51-year-old woman. Charged on the 27th of September 2023. You're counting with me. That's receipt number 3. Receipt number 4. This is a receipt of, is that a 12-year-old, Jen? This is another receipt. 12-year-old, right? Charged on the 28th of September 2023. 12-year-old. So there's a 10-year-old, there's a 12-year-old, there's a 70-year-old, there's a 51-year-old. Move on. This is a receipt of a 35-year-old male charged on the 25th of September 2023. 25th of September 2023. When did the CEO speak? When did the CEO lie to the whole world that they have not begun charging? When did the statement come out that it was just a proposal? And when did they come back to tell us that it was just 6 people who had been affected? Show me the next receipt, please. This is a receipt charged on a 22-year-old woman, dated the 27th of September 2023. 22-year-old woman. Show me. Now, this is for a 40, what was the age? I can't see from here. 47-year-old woman. 47. Charged on the 27th, right? Charged on the 27th. There's something on the screen. Please take it off. Charged on the 27th. So how many receipts have we showed so far? We have showed 7 receipts, plus the one I showed you last week, which the Anchor newspaper has put one here and then put the others in here. So what exactly is the CEO talking about? And I suspect that some of the receipts have even been deleted from the system. The people who are the victims will continue to come to us. Play the young girl's video for the CEO. The conversations that we have here on Johnny's Bite is grounded in evidence. If I were the CEO or I were any of his advisors, I would have told him to apologize, refund monies to the people, and leave the office. But we don't have a culture of leaving. You know why? Because even the health minister that is supposed to be supervising him, when he had COVID, he went to sleep at the University of Ghana Medical School. And he came to tell us that he was resting there. He had to take his boss, the president, to organize a fellow Ghanaians on a Sunday evening to tell all of us that the man actually had COVID. The minister is still at post. Sputnik V is still at post. So we don't have a culture of resigning. But we won't stop. You know why? When we started, let the retirees go, it yielded results. People insulted us. We don't care. A case in point is last week, Labadi Beach, how dirty it was. We spoke about it. They have cleaned it. A case in point, Kolebu Teaching Hospital, we spoke about it. They have reversed it. So we will keep talking about the real issues. Now, you find it strange that while you talk about the issues here, there are people who live outside the country who are trying to do a counter demonstration. Of course, it's their right. Counter demonstration. Occupy Julabi House, they are doing their own version, and they are saying that what we are putting out here, or the people are saying here, is not actually the situation, and that it's a global phenomenon, it's a global trend, and that every country is suffering and everything else. And you remember that when we started talking about inflation and the cost of food, we had people in Canada, in the United States, UK, everything. They say, oh, 2 balls of kenke is £1.50. They started talking to us about that. The simple question I always ask them is, if the country is as good as they want us to believe, why don't they leave where they are to come and join us here? Why have they run away? If the country is as good as they want us to believe it is, why have they run away? Why are they not here with us? That's the first question. The second question is that if the country is as good as they say it is, what is the minimum wage? What is our minimum wage? That a loaf of bread is 30 cedis. Your minimum wage is not up to 30 cedis. So what it means is that you can work the whole day and still not be able to afford a common single loaf of bread. Where they are, and they are screaming from outside, they have access to credit. They can buy things on credit and pay later, convenient times. Here, how would you do that? Unless you have a relationship with the person you're buying from. Their transport systems are working. Their rail systems are working. Their lights don't go off. the basic things that we face that we're talking about, and we're not asking for excess or extras. Play Papa Osu Nkuma's video for me. He's a High Commissioner to the United Kingdom. Play his video for me. Play the video.
19 Generation Investing Fund. We also have the National Builders Corps, which is to employ at least 100,000 youths this year to assist in public sector delivery in health, education, agriculture, sanitation, and revenue collection. Government has set up 3 development authorities for the Northern Savannah, Middle Belt, and Coastal Belt respectively to oversee the implementation of the $1 million per constituency per year project. And the boards of the 3 authorities were inaugurated last year. And of course, we established the Office of the Special Prosecutor and appointed a renowned anti-corruption crusader, sometimes called Citizen Vigilante, former Attorney General Martin Aminu, and the Deputy, Madam Cynthia Lamte.
So that was Papa Osu Ankuma, a High Commissioner to the United Kingdom in 2018. He was telling the people about the achievements of the government, and he made on this platform, the video is quite long, I can't play, we don't have too much time. He made a statement that the government is committed to fulfilling its promises to the people. Fast forward, Occupy Julobi House happened in Accra. Then some people went towards the High Commission to go and protest. They wanted to speak to him. He didn't stop to speak to them. Same man who says, we are committed to keeping our promise to you, speaking in the United Kingdom, refused to speak to the United. Play the video of him walking away, our High Commissioner in the UK walking away. Oliver didn't send that video. The High Commissioner was walking away from the people. He was walking away. Unfortunately, we can't show it because it was up in the system. But he was walking away from the people. He didn't listen to them. And that has been the approach. You remember when the school feeding caterers, some of who are party members, party women organizers, they went to the Ashanti regional minister. You saw how he treated them. You remember the buffer stock when they went there, Brian Echampo, he tried to discredit even the appointed PRO of the buffer stock. And that there are too many examples of trying to discredit you. Me, what haven't they tried? That I've gone to take $40,000, that I'm this, that I'm that, that I'm that, that I smoke, that I all manner of things. That I've gone to give birth somewhere, I don't take care of the children, Charlie, plenty. Just because you're speaking about critical national issues. But you know, where we come from, no form of intimidation will win. Listen to Kennedy Japan.
He is looting this country as if there's no tomorrow. Why? What do you mean? The youth of this country are not working. I'm intimidating and comfortable. I will put my life on the line and defend it. The MPP is looting this country as if there's no tomorrow. Why? What do you mean? The youth of this country are not working. I'm intimidating and comfortable. I will put my life on the line and defend it.
my friends, my name is Kelkit Toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum but protected. I will protect